If desire alone could carry her from this place, she would be gone already. So it was not a surprise when she opened her eyes and found her 2 feet still planted on the ground. Fickle, elusive hope. Like the stars, it beckoned and tantalized, and ultimately left her stuck still. She gave a soft laugh that morphed into a sigh. She should not have come, even though it was the last night, the last time she could look up and hope. She had known tomorrow would come, had known it since she had been old enough to know much of anything. Everyone got older. Everyone reached their age of majority. Knowing all this should have stamped out hope. Tomorrow there would be a formal day of ceremony to mark her coming of age, and at the conclusion, pact bonding with a man picked for her by the government. The end of privacy, the end of hope. A shiver ran down her back as she considered the men who had visited the farm. Most had looked at the land, but one had looked at her as if he knew what she hid. Her mind and her flesh had shrunk from him, though he had kept the legal distance the whole time. If the government chose him, she shuddered at the thought. Would even her thoughts be private from those eyes? She had thought, she had hoped, her desire to escape would somehow be enough to open a path to freedom. She gave a silent, hollow laugh, as if willpower alone could free her from the laws of science that she was not supposed to know. Well, if sheer stubborn will could not set her free, then she must direct that stubbornness into finding a way to kill hope this night. No spaceship was going to drop out of the sky and scoop her up. Her thoughts skidded to a halt as one of the bright distant stars did seem to be dropping out of the sky. She stared, took a step toward it, then another. With each step it seemed to come closer, grow brighter. It cannot be for me, she murmured. She was just a farm laborer, a small cog in a large, indifferent wheel. It continued to approach. It had to be a ship, not a star, because its brightness dimmed as if its pilot knew it was using forbidden airspace. It was something conjured from her hope, she told herself, but the hum of it felt real. It vibrated through the soles of her work boots, increasing in intensity until it rushed past her, almost knocking her off her feet as its backwash hit. She staggered from the force of it, then spun to keep it in view. She thought she saw a black bowl shape drop below the tree line. She tensed for impact, but none came. She did not consciously decide to follow. Her feet moved, slow at first, then fast and faster still, as hope broke free from restraints, propelling her through the darkest shadows. It did not matter that she could not see in the nearly moonless dark. She knew every rise, every dip, every plant and tree of this trap she'd been born to. By the time she reached the fallow field where the ship hovered, silent and dark a few feet above the ground, she gasped for breath. She was a farmer, not a runner. Bent, her hands resting on her knees, she studied the quiescent object, barely visible in the mix of shadow and faint starlight. It was a spaceship. She knew this, though she'd never seen any of the ships that carried the food produced on Basakli to the other planets in the consortium. Her breathing still rapid, she jumped off the canal bank and moved closer, keeping to the shadows thrown down by the trees that separated this field from the others. It was unlikely anyone else was out this late, but she had not survived this long by being careless. She stopped where what light there was began. Be careful what you wish for, her grandmother had told her many times. Was it here for someone else? As the thought formed, her mind, her heart rejected it. It had come for her. It felt as if all she had hoped for, all she had longed for throughout the long, dreary years, had coalesced into this single moment of utter certainty. This ship was hers.